Hello beautiful people out there, my name's Clarissa and today I'd like to talk with you about a certain kind of feeling. And this is a feeling that I've been experiencing in the last weeks and from which I could not really figure out what's wrong until I stumbled upon a kind of term for that recently. So the feeling that I'd like to talk about is called Weltschmerz, which technically translate into world pain, but is actually a German term for which no real translation with the same kind of meaning exists. And that's also how I stumbled upon that term, by watching a video about these kind of specific, hard to translate German terms, and I can put a link in the description box if anyone's interested. What Weltschmerz means is basically the realization that the physical reality, that is the world around us, cannot satisfy the needs and demands of the mind, that is how we wished and wanted the world to be. This original definition stems from the German author Jean-Paul, but in a more current explanation I would say that you're feeling upset or dragged down by all the negative events happening in this world. And that is exactly what I've been experiencing in the last time. Every time I heard or read news about Europe's refugee crisis, I kind of felt a weight on me and like a really bad feeling on my tongue, and I just felt really dragged down by that. And even though I think that it's necessary for a mature citizen to inform yourself about what's happening through different kinds of sources, I even felt kind of afraid to check the news daily like I would usually do. So at some point I really started to wonder what's wrong with me. Because in my own close surroundings I really had good reasons to be quite happy. But still I had this kind of weight and something that I just couldn't shake off. So when I finally stumbled upon this concept of Weltschmerz, everything kind of connected for me. Because yes, it's a thing that people get impacted and upset by negative events that are just happening. Like there's even a term for it. And yes, it's a normal thing for your, quite normal thing for your mind to get upset and dragged down by events that are even out of your reach. That happens to a lot of people. Now, what can we do with such a realization, and even more, how could we get rid of such a Weltschmerz? The first thing that I'd like to point out is that not everything about this Weltschmerz is negative. Because even though you're then experiencing a kind of pain or bad mood, that also means that you're a compassionate human being and that you care about the fate of others and the health of our world in general, instead of just being self-centered and caring about your own well-being. People might say it's an easy solution to get rid of your Weltschmerz by just stop watching the news. And there's a saying that news presenters usually start their broadcast with "Good evening," and then take the next 15 minutes to explain you why it's actually not a good evening. But I think that just looking away does not solve the problem, because just by ignoring what's happening, that's not gonna change. Now, while some issues might be out of an individual's current reach, I still think there are small things that you for yourself can do. To me, the best way to turn your Weltschmerz into something positive is by talking with others about it. Tell them about your fears and worries and what upsets you and what frightens you. Not only will this help you release the pain a bit, but also chances are that others might just see an issue from a different kind of perspective, or maybe even recognize a problem that they didn't notice before. Now, I'm not talking about determining who's right or wrong, because usually there is no black or white solution. I'm just talking about exchanging opinions and arguments and gaining a better understanding of how other people might view a certain kind of issue and just gaining a bigger picture of the whole thing. Because being an informed, open-minded and mature person is for me a kind of a necessity if you want to have the right to say in a matter. And with that being said, I wish you all a painless day, and I will see you next time. Bye!